Hi everyone, it's Gio for footballbook.ca. Welcome back for week 9 of the 2011 NFL season. The good news is that last week I was 3-1 against the spread. The bad news is that this is the third time I've done this freaking video. I'm very annoyed and kind of impaired, so let's bear that in mind with my picks. The first game we're going to look at is Atlanta at Indianapolis. The Falcons are 7-point favorites in this game. So far, the Dolphins have only covered the spread twice this year, and both times it was when the spread was in double digits. That's not the case this year. The Falcons have remembered that they're a running team, and they've been giving the ball to Michael Turner the last couple of games. Every time they give the ball to Turner 20 times or more, they're 4-0 straight up. When they don't, they're 0-3. The Dolphins are 31st in the league in run defense. Guess what's going to happen? Let's take Atlanta -7. The second game we'll look at is Miami at Kansas City. The Chiefs are -4, or 4-point favorites here. You know, the Dolphins are keeping it close. They've actually almost won their last 2 games. The Chiefs are coming off of that emotional win on Monday night against the Chargers, a game that they shouldn't have really have won. This could be a letdown spot for Kansas City. I wouldn't be surprised if Miami wins this game outright. Let's take the Dolphins +4. Our third game is San Francisco at Washington, where the Niners are 3.5-point favorites on the road. The Redskins were shut out last week, and now they're going to have to face the #1 defense. I don't even know if they're going to score again this week. San Francisco could probably score 6 points and cover in this game. Let's take San Francisco -3.5. And the fourth game we're going to look at, now get ready for this one, the New York Giants are going to New England, where the Patriots are 8.5-point favorites at home. Now we all know that the Patriots never lose 2 games in a row, don't we? However, this is the second week in a row where an idiot Patriot player has gotten himself into trouble. Julian Edelman was arrested for sexual assault this week. This is 1 week after one of their tight ends got caught being photographed with a porn star. This doesn't sit very well with the normally staid Kraft family who owns the team. Last week, Pittsburgh showed you exactly how to stop the high-octane New England Patriots offense. Sorry, I'm a little bit impaired right now. What they did is they double teamed, what's his name? Welker. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's 85% of their offense. That leaves a couple of slow tight ends and a couple of old wide receivers. And the thing is, the Giants have that massive front four where, you remember a couple of years ago in the Super Bowl, they bounced Tom Brady's head off the turf like 25 times. I think they're going to do the same thing here. Another thing is that the Patriots have the Jets on the docket next week, a team that beat them and knocked them out of the playoffs last week. I'm going to throw some numbers at you. The Giants are really good on the road there. They're 29-13 against the spread in their last 42 road games. They're 13-6 against the spread the last 19 games as a road dog, and they're actually 4-1 against the spread in this series. You know, I'm going to tell you, not only will the Giants cover this spread, but in a wild footballbook.ca upset, let's take the Giants to win that game. Regardless, take the Giants +8.5. Okay, let's go to our over-under numbers. The first game we'll look at is Denver at Oakland. The number is 44. It's Tim Tebow versus Carson Palmer here. Both of these quarterbacks have a lot to learn about their offense for different reasons. Do you see very many points being scored here? I don't. Let's take under the 44. San Francisco's at Washington. The number's 37.5. That's a very low number. The Redskins were shut out last week, and now they have to face the #1 defense. You know, Washington's defense isn't that bad either. Let's take the under 37.5 there. Baltimore's at Pittsburgh. That number's 41.5. I'm going to continue that trend that Pittsburgh always goes over, under, or whatever. This week it's an over for them. As a matter of fact, surprisingly, these two defensive teams are 6-1-1 to the over in the last 8 games. So let's take over 41.5 here. And the last game is Miami at Kansas City, where the number is 40. Apart from that Week 1 game against New England, Miami doesn't play games that have points scored more than 40. And as a matter of fact, they've gone 6 straight under since that Week 1 game. In the meantime, Kansas City, in the last 5 games, 4 of them have gone under. So let's take the under 40 in that game. Here are my straight-up picks for this week. Atlanta's at Indianapolis. The Dolphins don't stand a chance here. Atlanta will win. Tampa Bay's at New Orleans. The Saints will squeak one out. Cleveland's at Houston. The Texans will win, and consider taking the Texans with your suicide pick. The Jets are at Buffalo. I don't think Fitzpatrick will do the same thing as San Diego's quarterback Phillip Rivers did a couple of weeks ago and give the game away with stupid mistakes. Let's take the Bills. Miami's at Kansas City. I like this as an upset. Let's take Miami to win their first game overall. San Francisco's at Washington. Again, a very easy game to pick. Let's take the 49ers. Seattle is at Dallas. Yeah, I haven't seen Tony Romo play this bad since he was dating Jessica Simpson. I think she's dating the entire team right now. I guess somebody's got to win. Let's take Dallas. Denver's at Oakland. Same kind of deal. Let's take Oakland here because they're the home team. Cincinnati's at Tennessee. You know, a lot of people have fallen in love with the Bengals the last little while, and why not? They've been winning a lot of games. They've actually won 3 road games so far, but now you're asking them to win 2 straight on the road. Meanwhile, Tennessee is playing their 3rd straight home game, and plus the Bengals have, I believe, the Steelers on the docket next week. Let's take Tennessee here. St. Louis is at Arizona. You know, if Kevin Kolb plays, I'll take Arizona, but I don't think he's playing. He's got turf toe and a couple of other things involved with his foot. You know, let's take St. Louis to win their 2nd game in a row. The Giants are at New England. I talked about that earlier. I want to take the Giants in a wild upset. Green Bay's at San Diego. You've got a quarterback who's doing all the right things against another quarterback who's doing none of the right things. Let's take the Fudgios there. Baltimore's at Pittsburgh. The Steelers are very tough out at home. I said that last week in my video. They usually win these games. Let's take Pittsburgh. Chicago's at Philadelphia in the Monday Nighter. You know, the Philadelphia Eagles have really benefited from that bye week. A lot of the pundits were saying how they were going to get better and better as the year went by. I think that's true. Chicago's got Detroit on the docket next week. They might be looking ahead. Let's take the Eagles to win that game. Okay, so those are my picks for this week. Good luck. You know, I really don't give a damn if you don't subscribe to my channel. I also don't give a damn if you don't visit my website. But what I would like you to do, if you make videos like this, I'd like you to embed them into my video. And that way you can increase your search engine optimization, and I'll increase my search engine optimization, and we'll tell 2 friends, and they'll tell 2 friends, and so on and so on. Anyways, for footballbook.ca, Geo, yes, that's it. I'm Geo. Let's take the man's money.